fatherless phenomenon, in Indonesia occurs, yeah, like an iceberg. It's because of um, the patriarchal cultures, yeah, the patriarchal cultures where mothers are dominant in raising their kids, yeah, without contribution from fathers. But we could say that fathers get big impact to their children, but it's just as a physically, not physiologically, or the body is there, but their mind, yeah, because as a children in Indonesia, it's not enough if a father is just giving like to earn a living for the family without any contribution, because without their present to be there, yeah, it can be it cannot be a big support for the children's growth and development. That's the reason why I would like to explain, and I would like to share this topic, yeah, because it's just like a hot topic and a bit issues in Indonesia. Okay, let's start from the first slide. Um, I would like to explain the word, yeah, the word fatherless, yeah. But before I explain about this, the floor is you. I would like to ask you, how could you define, how do you define the fatherless, yeah, based on your own perspective? Yeah. Let's say that if you were in a situation that you have to heal, yeah, from an absent dad, yeah, what did you do and how do you define fatherless? Okay, well, I'll choose maybe from Miss Hanum.
Okay, thanks for the opportunity. Maybe for me personally, define fatherless is when your dad is not getting involved uh in grow up their children. I think yeah, it just short define for me. Okay, thank
Okay,
you.
thank you. Maybe I'll choose the girl from Laos, named Nephalat. Yeah. Okay, I'll give this opportunity, yeah, for you. How do you define fatherless?
Yeah, thank you for a good opportunity. I mean, for my opinion, fatherless might refer to a person or like usually a child who grew up without a father, like present in their life. And this absence might due to various reasons, such as like father death, abandonment, separation, divorce, or
Mhm.
like lack of involvement, as a like previous person mentioned. So yeah, I think the terms can also extend to like where the father is physically absent or emotionally unavailable, even if still technically part of the family. Like the family is still together, but like probably father just abandoned their child. They don't have like the time to involve in their time to grow up, I think.
Okay, that's a great opinion from you. Thanks a lot. And let's move to uh, Mr. Win. Mr. Win?
Oh, okay. Well, thank you so much for the chance. Where the word fatherless is, for me, the absence of a figure father, physically or psychologically, meaning to do of some kind of personal or probably external factors as well. So mean the father could be physically there, but has got not any chance to get involved in raising the kids, and even though he's there physically, but probably psychologically they don't have any bond in father and children. And that's it. Thank you.
Okay, wow, that's great opinion from Mr. Win. Okay, next let's move to Mr. Gu. you'll become a father in the future. So what is fatherless means for you?
Thanks for the transition. I would be father after Mr. Sunshine and Mr. Anga. I couldn't agree more what Mr. Inepa said. The
Mhm.
father means the father doesn't perform either either psychologically, emotionally, and physically to the kids or to the children. Thank you.
Okay, great opinion. Next, Mr. Sunshine, are you available? No. Okay. Let's move to Vanessa. Vanessa. No. Okay.
Yeah, just a minute.
Yeah.
Sorry. Now that's okay. You heard me?
Yeah.
Okay. So, In my case, in Brazil, I had a good luck, really,
Mhm.
because my mother is died
Mhm.
when I
Sorry.
had only 3 months,
Okay. 3 months.
and
3 months.
yes,
Oh.
only 3 months. Yes, and after that, few years, my father, my biological father, uh, got married
Mhm.
with another woman, of course. And my new mommy registered me in her name, and she adopted me
Mhm.
like a real daughter.
Oh,
So
okay.
I I had really luck in this case
Mhm.
because I don't have trauma about
Okay.
the dead with my biological mother.
Oh,
Fortunately,
okay. Thank you. I mean, your relationship with your stepmom is really good.
yes, yes.
Oh,
Thank
great
you.
to hear
I
that.
forgot the name. My stepmother. My
Mhm.
stepmother passed die, but
Mhm.
she was wonderful, wonderful with me.
Okay, that's nice. Okay,
Yes,
you're lucky if you have a stepmom, yeah, who's kind to you, yeah, close to you. That's good. Yeah, thank you.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's one of reason to
Mm-hmm.
be grateful and thankful to God.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, really.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's all from you, Vanessa.
Sorry,
That's all. That's it from your side.
that's all. That's all. Yes, that's
Okay,
all.
thank you. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Okay, okay, I'll make it quick. Let's move to the next slide. Okay, here is a definition. Yeah, I guess that you're awesome in giving your own perspective about fatherless. Yeah, this is based on other resources that I got. Yeah, what is fatherless? Fatherless refers to a situation where a child or individual grows up without a father figure in their life. And fatherless is not just about physical presence, but also psychological presence. Okay, well, talking about fatherless, yeah, there are some facts. Yeah, there are some facts that I would like to share uh, from resources that I get from the internet. This is from the Asian parents and Kata data analysis data. They said that Indonesia is called as a fatherless country. Yeah, long time ago, if I'm not mistaken, there was a researcher from a university student. Then they said that Indonesia can is called as fatherless country and in the third rank, but it is not proven. Yeah, Indonesia is the third rank of fatherless country, but there are some article, there are some research who say that Indonesia is called as a fatherless country. Why? Because we could say that it is a bit ironic, yeah, where the image of Indonesia, yeah, is called as an ideal family, yeah, where the marriage rate in Indonesia is still high, like Gen Z or even Gen Z and Gen Alpha. They are ready to get married in their early age. Yeah, now it is means that the image of Indonesia as an ideal, a family ideal. Yeah, but based on the Asian parents, yeah, why Indonesia is called as a fatherless country, they said that the main role of a father is absent in their children's life, yeah, and there are some reason, yeah, to say that father, um, we could say that father doesn't teach, yeah, the basic principles of life. Yeah, that's the first reason. And the second, yeah, father doesn't teach how to solve the problem, and he also doesn't teach, yeah, about the moral value, the etiquette, attitude, behavior for their childrens in the future. Yeah, and next, yeah, they said that mostly father, yeah, cannot be a friend as a playmate for their kids or children. Yeah, and next, yeah, there are some sources that say that father cannot support their family maybe because of financial problem, yeah, economical condition, yeah, so it's not easy for them to support for their family, especially in a financial condition. So I would like to ask you about what are the primary social and economic factors, yeah, contributing to fatherlessness in Indonesia. Feel free to give your own perspective to this question. Maybe from Kak Angga.
Uh, Hello.
Hello?
Thank you, Kak Henny, for choosing me to speak up. Actually, I haven't done like a lot of research on this, but from my assumption, it could be because first, before the couple get married, they don't have a good plan for their like married life. That's why problems could arise after they get married. Uh, for instance, the father could be not loyal to his wife, so it makes him leave his wife. Or secondly, it's due to an economic reason. Like, for example, the father has to work really hard, for instance, so he doesn't have time to his family, especially his kids in his family. So it makes his kid like makes less attention to the parents, especially their fathers, because their fathers is busy at their work, so have no time to the family to the family and so on. And another reason could be the understanding of becoming a parent. Like what the previous speakers mentioned earlier, although the parents are there physically, but mentally, psychologically, he's not there to guide the family and also teach and educate the kids, for instance. So yeah, I think that those could be the reasons why like fatherlessness happens, especially in Indonesian context, where uh, where when especially in our workplace, there's no a good culture of, or less, I think, less culture of people having their private lives. So they're actually pushed to keep working and working. So the workers have less time to the family, even if they have time to their family, but it's like so less. So when the fathers especially come back to his house, so he has no time to raise the kids and everything. So yeah, that's my perspective on this now.
Okay, great opinion from Kak Angga. Yeah, thank you very much. Okay, let's move to Miss Ika. Miss Ika.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, boys.
Yeah, my name is Ikanto.
Okay, I guess that I can guess from your voice, Mr. I forgot the name.
Yes, you can call me
Yeah,
Ika. Thank you.
yeah. Okay.
You too.
You always change your name. Okay,
All
but it's
right.
okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Uh, so the question is, what are the primary social factors? I I echoed with some of the speaker, even though I just got in and I heard some of them talk about how most of the fatherlessness in Indonesia is influenced by a mix of social and economic factors. Economically, I do believe that poverty plays significant role. Many fathers leave their families to find work in urban areas or overseas, chasing better job opportunities to support their loved families. However, these separation absolutely often leads to physical and emotional distance to their, children, right? That creates this phenomenon of fatherlessness. So fatherless doesn't always mean that your father uh, has no existence, but somehow there is no particular contribution to the family. It's either of the teaching or it's because of the distance that they create because of this phenomenon of family issue in economics and stuff. I think some of, like my dad, I have to say that I grew up without I don't want to say father existent. Father existent in physical, but he always been supportive by giving what the father usually gives for their family, which is the income and to make our family survive. I think other than economical factor, are you afraid? Social factors also very contributive. Cultural expectations and norms sometimes really put immense pressure on a men to be the sole, what's that called again? Breadwinners? Please, Mr. Sanson, correct me if I'm wrong.
Breadwinner.
Breadwinners, yeah, breadwinner, if I'm
Breadwinner.
not mistaken, yeah. And if they cannot fulfill that role, particular role, they might feel inadequate or they gonna consider as not a good husband or not a good spouse because, yeah, that's what a man currently in Indonesia are being forced to fulfill as the only sole breadwinners. Even though these days women are more taking in charge with fulfilling that particular role, helping the husband, but somehow mostly that happen a lot with the husband because social norms. That's the reason why the patriarchy doesn't always affect the women, but also the men themselves by contributing that particular social issues. So I do agree. I really love this question because this issue isn't just about individual choices. It's a complex, web of economic hardship, culture expectation, that social norms, and how we are supposed to know that running a family or fulfill the children needs and the family needs is not just a solely from one single partner, which is the husband, but contributing also from two the wife and also the husband. So for specifically to the children, the development of children couldn't, be just solely, influenced by the mom, but also by the father. Because yeah, that's how the fatherlessness happened, because one of which is missing from the development. Back to you, Miss Honey. Thank you.
Okay, what a
I'm
great
just
opinion.
serious. Oh my god, I'm not supposed to be serious.
Yeah.
I'm Mr.
You're
Dimas.
you're gonna be a good father in the future, Mr. Demos. I'm sure that.
I want to be child free, Miss Henny.
Why?
Unfortunately.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Oh, that could be
Okay,
an
thank you.
interesting discussion to discuss later. Child-free
Oh, thank
country.
you very much. Yeah, thank you very much. It's complete explanation from Mr. Demos. Yeah, from every side. Yeah, you talk. Yeah, and you explain it. Okay, thank you. Next, let's move to maybe Mr. February. Mr. February.
Okay. Why do you choose me after Mr. Dems?
Yeah, I want to know.
Sure.
It's okay. Yeah, your opinion, Mr. February.
Uh, uh, I think I'm gonna go the same opinion as Mr. Angga, of course. I don't know. So far, because I haven't searched any information about it, and also this is maybe like one of the new topic that I ever have so far. The economic factors that I could see, I think it's the absence of father because of working, of course, like Mr. Angga and also Mr. Demo said. Uh, because I mean, like as a man, uh, we need to leave our family to feed our family, and also we need to work. Let's say that 9 to 5, and then we need to go, yeah, far away from home sometimes, and then when we back when we when a father back home, uh, the children are slept already. So means that meaning that they have no connection. They feel like disconnected to the fathers because of the absence of fathers. Doesn't mean that they don't have the father, but they just do not have like the figure of father, like playing in their daily life, daily basis, or just having a small talk in the morning before school because the father need to go early, for example. So that's the thing that I could see why some people in Indonesia could say that fatherless. I think that's the thing that I can only share so far.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. February, for your great perspective of fatherless and from economic factors and primary social. And let's move to girls or women here. Maybe Miss Wanda Salsabila.
Okay. I think everyone has concluded all of the primary reasons about fatherless in our country. But in my opinion itself, maybe the dads don't know how to, how to deal with their children, and that's because of happens because of course they're working so hard to pay the bills. It's actually kind of like are still working until midnight, and yeah, that makes them cannot have like deep conversation with their kids, and yeah, maybe that's.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Miss Wanda. Okay, maybe would like to listen from Miss Sophie. Miss Sophie. Miss Sophie. Knock knock, Miss Sophie. Okay, seems that Miss Sophie is not there. Okay, let's move to Miss Alice. Miss Alice.
Yes, Miss Honey, thank you.
Yeah. Yes, Miss. Would you mind
Okay,
giving? Yeah.
I guess so. Well, but first of all, maybe my opinion is it can be debatable, and I hope one of you could give some reaction argument or something. Well, the primary social and the economic factors, I think we shouldn't always, economic is always causing problem, but we shouldn't always say that if there is problem, the it is caused by the economic level, or it is caused by poor, it is caused by lack of education, it is caused by because Indonesia is a left behind country. So, well, it is the way I see it. Indonesia is people in Indonesia, citizen in Indonesia, moreover in Java, we know that we are really engaged with patriarchy, right? It means the man should be the leader, the man should be the provider, the man should be the, how to say, defender, protector, something like that. But how could it be Indonesia could everybody now say that Indonesia is a fatherless country? It's something vice versa. Like, how could it be possible? We are patriarchy, but we don't have a man as a taking role as a man, as a leader. How is it possible? I think it is not always because they are poor, they are not educated. This is also caused by economic, social media, education. They will always be the cause and the solution of the problem itself. Well, but to see nowadays, we got many ideas like Western ideas or Middle Eastern ideas. We sometimes forget our own identity as Indonesia. We don't have Indonesian ideas. We sometimes feel like, Indonesia is a left behind country. Any ideas of our ancient, our elders are not important. It is important. It is the trend, just following the trend, following. Moreover, right now, people who think that they are richer, they are more educated, they are modern people, they are thinking that they are advanced than other citizens. They think that if you're not Western, you are not cool. If you're not having idea of Western people idea have right now, you are left behind. But imagine if all women in Indonesia take feminism, like we are women, we are independent, we can work ourselves, we can make money. So we don't sometimes in a very bad level, or how to say that, dangerous level, we don't need a man. We don't need a man. So that also cause problem like, oh, and also gender equality. Men can work, women can work, women can do anything by herself. So how about what if the men also do the same thing? So the men can do just live at the house, just cooking, just taking of the baby, and they do not think they do not need to be leader, taking care of protector. No, it is a gender equality. We protect together, we earn money together. Yeah, but please be wise of any idea we get from the social media. Do not too into this idea like you forget our identity, something like that. So it is how to say, berkebalikan. Indonesia is a patriarchy, but we don't have a man as a main leader, take a role as the leader and protector. And also, do not always say that money is always solution. Money is also sometimes problem. If you are too rich, there are too many rich family. They don't have father figure in their childhood till they grow up. Then they don't have good attitude. They choose the wrong man to go and grow up with. So I think do not always say that. Oh, they are coming from a poor family, so he must be not good, not smart, not well educated. The economic level is the problem, I think. Thank
Okay,
you.
well done, Miss Anis.
And
Thank
yeah, and
you
it
very
is very
much.
important to know our identity. What is the real patriarchy? The real patriarchy is not bad, guys. Do not hate patriarchy. I need patriarchy man to be my husband. Really?
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Okay, thank you. Great opinion from Miss Anis. Yeah. Okay. Next. Okay, feel free to raise your hand if you want to give your opinion. If no, I'll move to the next slide. Okay, Mr. Win, yes.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you so much. It's interesting questions, and probably I would say different perspective. I'm a father myself of three, and I guess social and economic are the main factors. But nowadays in Indonesia, because of the high technology developing so significantly, and I guess even though the presence of dad and father in a family, everything fulfilled, but seems like uh, 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 the situation is really fatherless. What I mean is that children are having their own world because of the high technology. Even though the father is there, but seems like they are not there. So my bottom line is that it is just about the communications with my wife. It is really true that when you have sort of agreement to raise the kid, even though the unpresent of me and also unpresent of her, we still can raise the children properly. So I guess in Indonesia, it's not that really true that the fatherless situation is really affect a lot with the kids because kids could even got a lot of and fast informations from the internet and probably through sort of peers and also environments and also different kind of perspective of other countries that probably the role of father probably can be a bit decreased a little bit and they can figure it out if they've got problems and I think that because of it it is not really true that Indonesia is a third country and because of that we are really fatherless country. Well, it is not really true, meaning that this is the bottom line of our culture that even without a father of fear, a fatherless situation in a family, still they are really healthy family in terms of psychology and also physically. Well, this what I think the technology is really affected children's development. Thank you.
Wow, that's great, Mr. Win. But I don't mind. Yeah, I mean that it's not because I discriminate male boys or fathers here. So, yeah, so sorry if you get a hint. Yeah, because of this topic. But this is a great topic to discuss. Okay. Next. Any one of you wants to give your perspective about this? Okay, no one. So let's move to the next slide. So, based on the general factors here, there are some factors that can cause a child to be fatherless. Yeah, based on the data that I get, the first factors is because of divorce. The second is the absence of father in their children's life. Yeah, and the third is because of that. Yeah, that means that it's about faith from God. So we cannot deny for these factors. But the two factors here, yeah, it always happen in Indonesia. You agree or disagree with this? Yeah, if you have any comment or you disagree, feel free to give your perspective. Okay, maybe I'll choose Miss Kayla. Do you agree if divorce and father's absent and died, yeah, that as a factors, yeah, factors that can cause a child to be fatherless? Miss Kayla, Miss Kay. Okay, what about Miss Hanum? Miss Hanum, any comment, Miss Hanum? Miss Hanum? No. Miss Jojo. Miss Jojo.
Oh, hello, yes.
Yeah. Do you agree if the three factors, yeah, here can cause a child to be fatherless? Okay.
Oh, yes, absolutely, because I'm one of them. I used to be father in my childhood, but finally I've met my father in my teenage year, but the situation it's different.
Okay, okay. Sorry to hear that.
I don't really know him at all.
Okay, okay. Thank you, Miss Jojo. What about Mr. Kumar? Maybe Mr. Kumar?
Yeah. I have no
Mr.
idea what is
Kumar.
the second picture.
Oh, the second pictures is like this. Let's say that your father is there for you, but only physically, yeah, physically, but you never keep in touch. Yeah, whenever you need your father's, your father don't care about your feeling.
Oh.
For example, you have a homework, he's not there, but he's really busy with his own business without caring of you or take care of you.
Oh. Yeah, I would say I agree with those three factors, even though I believe there are other factors contributing to fatherlessness. But I think these three pictures that you show on your screen are the main factors that mostly Indonesian face, especially children these days, right? It's clear that fatherlessness isn't solely a result of a father's choice to leave, but it can also stem from various circumstances. Divorce absolutely can cause emotional and logistical separation. Usually, because of the divorce, the father and the children are separated. Even some of them didn't even notice who their fathers are, right? Because since the beginning or since the development of the children, they are left behind by the fathers. So yeah, it creates the physical distance, the logistical separation. But somehow, while I think the second picture resembles for the busyness of the father. I think this is the reason why I believe this is one of the reason why somehow I decided now I'm having my decision to not have a children or child freeze because this type of issue. Usually there are so many children have fathers, but the apps, they don't feel they have fathers at home, because yeah, there's no way, because they're
Is
too
it good
focused
or
on the
bad?
work.
Is it
Somehow,
good or bad?
the good thing is that the father can support your
Yeah, okay.
family, but at some point they're missing out from the development of children. They're missing one of the I heard one of the guys surrounding my neighbors. I don't want to, drag down my neighbor, but he said this to the wife, that I work so that your job to educate our children. I the moment I heard that, it was shocking, and I didn't notice that. Yeah, the job of educating the children and watching the children develop are the jobs of the both husband and wife. So I don't want to say just because you're so busy, I think you need to make time or better managing your time to really work. I know exactly that it's not something that easily to do. I know that there's so many fathers all across Indonesia feel that it's not possible to always there for their children's. Somehow it's a really hard choice whether or not they want to fulfill their life for their children, just to support their, finance. But somehow at some point, their absence could trigger something else. That's the reason why the decision to have children while I'm not financially stable, because I'm poor and broken, same as Mr. Ku.
You're
No,
gonna
no,
be
no.
rich later on.
Mr. Ku is absolutely wealthy. He's been 5 years getting money from joining English event. So I think that's really contributing a lot. And also the third pictures of death is the immense factor beyond anyone's control, absolutely, which can also result in a child growing up without a father figure. So I think, yeah, these three pictures open up the important discussion of this. I think the third one is something that you couldn't control, while the first and the second one, something that you're possibly able to manage, considering your children's present in children's development. But family issues is something that is structural and also very complex. It's not easy as how we say that, oh, you should care about your children, you should take care of your wife, you should take care about your husband. It's something that out of just sitting and have a 3 minutes speaking, right, Miss Henny? So I think that it requires more contemplation along a plethora of discourse with your family members. So that's all I can say as Kumar. Yeah. Anyway, I'm Kumar. Yeah, not Ika anymore. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Okay,
Go back to
Mr.
you.
Demos, you always change your name, so I forget sometimes, yeah. Okay, thank you. Nice information from Mr. Demos, but I hope that you're gonna what is that? Adopt child-free custom, yeah. Hopefully.
I adopted 3 children now. Yeah. They
Yeah.
are kittens. I think
Yeah.
I'm more into adopting cats rather than human.
Don't do that. Don't do that. You're gonna have a baby who is smart as you later on. Okay. Next. Wanna give opinion about this? Feel free. Raise your hand. Maybe Mr. Ku. Mr. Ku.
Hello, hello. Okay.
Anything
Thanks
that
for
you want to share about
okay,
this?
sure. Thanks for the chance given. Let me come to the low income family because currently I met several friends who are coming from the low income family. The fact that they have no figure in their life, it's because of who can motivate them if they have no ecosystem or the figure, especially from the close person called family, or let's say father. Just whatever they want to do, just go. And last month, I changed my teacher because my teacher has an event in Jakarta, and I had to change him to be a teacher in my previous school when I was senior high school, and then I got this shock experience because I asked some students, "What is your terrain?" Because of lacking figure in their life called it father. The highest dream is only to be a farmer, even though they have no their own field. What a pity if we know about the elite and the middle income family. How to motivate them if they have no figure? If they are coming from the lonely village, the highest dream is only become the family. Sorry, the highest dream is only become the farmer. How to motivate them? I say that okay, maybe it's not only 1 day or 2 days. We can talk or hang out or talk everything globally, and you can be open-minded. What current jobs that can leapfrog or elevate your life to get a better or cultivate life changing in your life? Because I'm coming with the language to study about language. Maybe you could get better life if you could improve your language. Because you have no figure, try to pick up the figure to be your father, even not physically, but emotionally and psychologically. That's what I motivate to some students because it's pity if currently in digitalization era and so on, the highest thing is only to be a farmer. Even I do not discriminate about the jobs called farmer, but if they learn about agriculture plus technology or everything related to technology and language, might be it will get better career or occupation. That's why they can improve the social life about financially, identity, and also their better life and better career. I guess that's all. That's all. Thank you.
You're a great teacher. Yeah, a great tutor for your students, Mr. Ku, and never give up to motivate your students. Okay, Miss Hanu, come on, you, Miss Hanu.
Okay, thank you. I'm so sorry before I couldn't respond because I was organizing my thought. Yes, for this discussion, I have a 3 point for this. For the first is about trauma. I think I'm agree with the factor can cause child to be fatherless. Yeah, because the first is can making the trauma because they may experience feeling uh, insecure or feel abandoned, and then like this trauma can affect their overall mental health, making it difficult for them to feel stable and secure. And then the second is about impact on relationship. Maybe the children may struggle with trust issue and feeling confused about their family dynamics. This issue can impact their ability to build healthy relationship in the future. And then maybe when SDS may carry forward unresolved emotional conflict and diminutions of security. And then the third is about change in family dynamics. I think when the father is absent uh, with their family, this is responsibility often fall more heavy on the remaining parents. I mean, the mother may need to take on additional roles, and children might have to assume more responsibilities or adapt to new routines, which can further strain family stability and cohesion. I mean, okay, this is my opinion. Thank you, Mr. Hani. Miss Hani.
Thank you, Miss Hanu. What a great explanation, yeah, from you. Okay, who's next? If you want to give your perspective, if no, I'll move to the next slide. Okay, don't be shy to give your opinion about this. It's okay. No one? Okay, let's move to the next slide. Okay, let's talk about patriarchy. Yeah, patriarchy. Yeah. We could say that patriarchy is just like a custom, that never-ending custom in Indonesia. But there are some pros and cons about patriarchy, yeah, where women, yeah, in the shadow of men, patriarchy is the face of disaster. Yeah, it can be a can be a disaster, yeah, for women. Yeah. But patriarchy in Indonesia is just like a cultures, yeah, that never ending a custom or never ending custom or cultures. Yeah. But to make it clear, yeah, if you want to make the married life, yeah, like a good relationship, yeah, between a spouse or between husband and wife, you have to make a good relationship. Just consider your wife, your husband look like your friendship, yeah, not because of you wanna fight or violence fights, yeah, every time. But there are some claims that patriarchy cultures, yeah, is the main factors to get a domestic violence, yeah, for women. But it's just like an assumption, yeah. The fact that domestic violence also can be happen for women or female who get a high salary, a good job, yeah. In this case, yeah, you have to make a good communication between your future husband, yeah. Yeah. Let's talk with your husband what you have to know, yeah. You have to know about your vision and your goal, yeah, about your married life in the future. So I would like to ask you, what is patriarchy and how has it historically influenced societies across different cultures? Okay, you can raise your hand. Miss Sophie, maybe Miss Sophie. Miss Sophie. Miss Sophie is busy. Miss Nahira. Miss Nahira.
Yeah, yes. Aduh,
Yeah.
I oversleep, sorry.
You wake up now?
Yeah. Maklum di Papua,
Waking up
guys.
now? Have you waken up?
It is midnight
Okay.
now.
Oh, okay. You wanna continue sleeping?
No.
No. Yes, Miss, would you mind giving your perspective about patriarchy? Yeah. And how has it historically influenced societies across different cultures? Okay, Miss Nahira. Maybe Mr. Raihan. Yeah, Mr. Raihan.
Yo, hi, Miss Henny.
Hi, Mr. Raihan.
Yep.
Thank you for joining us. Yeah.
Yes, you're
Now,
welcome. All right. So about this, what is patriarchy and how it's historically influenced society across different culture? So maybe I just want to share a little bit about this. Like my family has a strong culture because from my especially from my dad, my dad's family, like he has a lot of that patriarchy. Like my uncle, they have a lot of background that's from military and as cops, and also that they are really dominant about special. I didn't say that it's very just in a negative things and about negatives term, but it's more likely that they are really disciplined. And I didn't say it's abusive, like maybe some women say that kind of patriarchy, it means that's it's always being negative, violence, abuse, and something like that. But actually, it's not really like that. I don't want to talk about from religious perspective. If we talk about if we insist to talk about from religious side, that I think from the prophet's age, you know, and then about this patriarchy is always that I would say that it's kind of that it will be in every kind of generation, but it's just a different treatment. You know, I mean, like, maybe if this we talk about this generation that everyone everything is gonna be toxic, right? We can just you know, like I didn't at first. I didn't think that patriarchy is kind of toxic mindset from for the most of the people. But after this generation, that we can see from the social media or maybe on Instagram and X, that everything is gonna be like a different parenting, I guess. So the X factor about how this patriarchy is gonna be more, you know, more sensitive, more like close related about abusive things, about the violence, is because about the parenting. If we talk about from my uncle, from my dad, I think they have some kind of healthy, how to be have a good, a healthy patriarchy toward the woman. I would say that, okay. And but if we compare to this generation, that everything is gonna be like more, you know, they are twisting the treatment. I mean, they're twisting how to treat the woman with this kind of patriarchy treatment itself, abusing, I've said, then uh, feeling superior because okay, I'm a man, I can do anything. That woman, it should be like not going to school, for example, or maybe woman is just staying at home, or maybe woman is just like you know, it's just a burden. They're just a housewife. They cannot do anything for their kids, for the family. I think men, it should be like always being dominant. They are always like they can do work, they can be more flexible. And also, yeah, I think some kind of any kind of activity, or maybe any kind of what men usually do. But in fact, for me, because I live in this generation, I'm millennial generation actually. I
We're in the
think,
same boat.
yeah, yeah, we are the same. I think I'm really close to the Z generation, but I don't want to be. I don't want to admit myself as a Z generation, but I just a millennial generation. That there's the two perspectives from the we as a generation that always seen the patriarchy as a negative, but at the same times that for me, that I think it's not about the patriarchy itself, but it's about the people who always that look at that in all in the negative sides, you know, in negative perspective and negative visions about this. For example, that everything that I've seen from the social media, it's always been sensitive from the people, right? Especially the woman. Like, there's a video. I've seen some kind of video that I forgot what is the situation, but just the husband just give a comment to his wife to do wash, just clean the house. And then some like, oh, that's patriarchy. I think woman, I think it has to be a man should have that, that husband should have that his wife or something like that. I was like, oh god, that's so, it's just a small things, like it's an obligation, right? I think it's between the wives and between the wives and the husband responsibility. Without this kind of patriarchy things, you don't need to give the label, right? No need to give the label of the patriarchy. I think both of them is just doing their responsibility. If doing some kind of course like cleaning the house, or maybe just washing the dishes, or maybe just doing mopping the floor, no need to use the patriarchy things. I think is a woman things. But at the same time, if you as a wife, you want to ask, you have a good communication with your husband, so you just would you mind to help me for doing this course, helping me to clean the house? I think that's fine, right? No need to be sensitive on the social media, like um yeah, you know how the society is just giving bad influence about anything, just be more sensitive, right? Everything is just dominantly that um anything about doing, woman has to do something from the man's command, they labeled as a patriarchy. So how about we we switch that. A woman just give a comment to man. Oh, I think it's very feminist. So yeah, I rarely to heard about that, like feminist and patriarchy things. I mean, this discussion is not about feminist, right? So we just focus about patriarchy. But if we talk about feminists, so it will be like a balancing, like everything, both of them can be toxic, but at the same time, it can be a good positive point of view. Why? Because it depends from the people. It depends from that person. You want to use that patriarchy or the feminist side to the good things or the bad things, and the good way or bad way. Just like in my family, I think my mom taught me how to be have a good patriarchy. I mean, it's like it's because it's because not my mom taught me how to be a super have a powerful to abuse your future wife. No, because my mom taught me that Rehan, I think you can be patriarchy, but please use that label. I would say that to be more responsible as a man, because you are one day you are becoming a dad, one day you have to be a good husband, how you be a leader. I think that one of them is can be healthy, right? Instead of just label that as Rehan, please do not be patriarchy because it's so abusive and it's so one day you will be abused to abusing your wife, you want to be abusing your kids, or maybe any kind of your any some kind of bad. Why would you do that? If you if my mom told me like that, it means that my mom didn't have a good responsibility to me. So I don't want to be like that. Like my mom is a great wife, my mom is a great person, and my dad as well. My dad taught me that how to be good responsible. But maybe because I'm a man, sometimes this patriarchy mindset, it comes to from maternal side. And for the woman, some from psychological, from genetically is from I mean the parenting side is from the dad. Yeah, it's like a switching. If you're a son, it's from your mom, from the psychological and the parenting sides, and then if you are a daughter, if you're a girl, so sometimes it can be so you're reflected from your dad and your mom as well, but dominantly it's from your dad majority. So yeah, I've learned a lot from my mom.
It's
That
nice.
Yes, right, exactly. Like my mom taught me that if you want, that's it. My mom never not like in bahasa it's like koneko, you know. She is very simple
Straight to the
person.
point.
Yes,
Straight
exactly.
to the
Straight to the
point.
point. She is very simple. That no need to be rich, no need to be have something that you want to show that you are powerful as a man, as a husband, or as a kid. Just being responsible. Everything is very simple for your life, right? Everything is very simple. No need to label for yourself. No need to self-validate or maybe seeking validate that I am a man, that I am powerful. I have a position. I have a good job. I have a money or anything like that. Just to show to the woman in this world that I am a patriarchy. Yeah, I am a superpower man or anything like that. Then seems like a very manipulating, manipulating words. Except that if you are if you are diagnosed as a manipulator or maybe you are narcissistic, will be different. If you insist that patriarchy it comes from the narcissistic NPD person, yeah, it may be, but I'm alhamdulillah I'm not that narcissistic person, so
That's
I'm
great.
just yes, I'm just normal person. Just look at the positive side, right? So I don't think that it should be like always a negative. Maybe media right now always looking at the negatives only, right? I do believe there's a lot of positive about being patriarchy as long as you know how to position, to put your position in the good position by yourself, and then how to be good, have a good manner to the people, how to self-respect, and then how to respect people. So that patriarchy can be good, uh, and then everyone can reflect that not about that patriarchy itself, that term, but about how you people can self-reflect them to yourself that, oh, okay, I think this guy, this person, that people is a good manner, is a good responsible, no matter what. If even so you are patriarchy, I think as long as you're good, so it doesn't matter, right? I think that's my point about this influenced society across. Yeah, I think we talk about the culture. I think this culture, I would say that in summary, my last sentence that different culture, I think it's about that still, no matter what kind of culture, I do believe every culture teach you how to be a good person with this patriarchy. Please do not use that as a negative, negative purpose. And that's it. Yeah, that's for my opinion.
Okay. Your wife must be happy to have you in the future, Mr. Rehan.
Well, I'm very positive with that. Yeah, lucky I'm not married yet, but yeah,
Yeah,
soon I will do
okay.
that.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, Mr. Rehan.
Yes.
Mr. Angga, I saw you raise hand. You wanna give your opinion? Oh, we have Tim Jam, yeah, Tim Jam here. Mr. Angga,
Who
Mhm.
who do
You
you
wanna
who do
create?
you choose, me or Tim?
It's okay because you are the first raising your hand.
Okay. Thank you, Kak Henny. If you're asking me about patriarchy, to be honest, I'm against patriarchy culture. You know,
Oh, that's
for me,
nice.
yeah, I respect all people, like whether they're males, females, and everything. I respect them equally, not because I'm men, but because they are people. Because when we are talking about patriarchy is basically a social system where men, have a larger control of like social, political, and economic systems. So yeah, it means that yeah, men have like higher positions than women, right? But for me,
Yeah.
it's not about whether you're man or female. It's about the humans, it doesn't depend on like what gender you are. So that's the first thing. That's why um I disagree with this concept basically. And this why like because to be honest, like most of people have this perspective on Indonesia, whether we realize it or not, because it's been in our traditions for so long, right? Even yeah, through educations, through our society surrounding and so on. Like for example, in terms of education, when we are talking about elementary school, the examples, for instance, when you're talking about like a male name, Budi. Budi
Yeah.
goes to work, and Ani, for example, as a female name, Ani cooks in the kitchen. So that's like one of the examples that perpetuates this kind of thing, like just from the education perspective. And anthropologically, because I've read this also like from anthropological perspective, it doesn't it doesn't exist for long, in the history of human society, because this concept arised, like this culture arised, particularly before feudal systems in the agriculture era, where humans at the time needed more workers, to open the lands in the agriculture system. In that moment, women were forced to reproduce the kids, so that they had more workers to grow their lands, etc., etc. And that's the first time when women were put into domestic life. And this idea like has lasted for so long, hundreds of years, thousands of years until now, where we have a concept called like a family. Um, I forget the term. Like a family. Uh, I forget the term. It's basically a um, family key or something. I forget. It's basically the concept of family where woman has to do domestic things while husband has to do like working. So that's the idea.
Okay.
So how could we address this issue? Yeah, so we have to make a more, make it more equalized by making women have access to education, have access to work. For instance, like in terms of work, women have already had like educations, but when they work, they're forced to raise their kids, because in a salaries system, like in a wage system, men tend to have higher salary than women. That's why when they both work, so women again are forced to come back to the domestic life. Or when they have the equal salary in the workplace, when they have when they have the babies already, there's no enough childcare or proper childcare for women to raise their kids. So again, they're forced to come back to their domestic life. So it's systemic, the problem is systemic. So in order to address this issue, we have to also address the systemic roots, like the root of the problem that causes these patriarchal ideas. Thank you.
Okay, nice information. Yeah. Thank you, Kak Angga. Okay, I would like to greet Tim Jung. Hello. You said you're not from Indonesia, if I'm not mistaken. Hello, Tim. Should I call you Mr. Tim or Tim? Where are you from? Your microphone,
Okay, how about,
please.
okay, now it's
Okay.
working. Sorry. I'm American.
Okay, it's really great to have you here. Thank you for joining us. Okay. Tim. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, you have learned or you have heard the other perspective about patriarchy. Yeah, I would like to give opportunity for you to give your own perspective about patriarchy, especially in your country, yeah, in America. Are you adapt patriarchy cultures? Would you mind sharing your opinion?
The tone of the conversation to me is like apologizing for men leading in various places, and I think that's kind of silly. There definitely are cultures where women are the leaders. Like there's definitely African places where that's true. I've got a friend, the entire family is led by women, 2 families actually. I don't like, what's the difference? Somebody has to lead.
You agree or disagree with this concept, patriarchy system? Or you want to
agree or disagree with the system? It's a system. It works.
It works. Okay.
There can be some problems sometimes, but somebody has to lead. Somebody has to organize the way life happens.
Okay. That's all from you, Mr. Tim.
I'm sorry?
That's it from your side? Or you want to say? Okay. Thank you. How do you get this link, Mr. Tim? I know, or you are a friend of?
Somebody here sent me the link. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for joining us. Okay. Anyone else want to give perspective about this? If no, let's move to the next slide. Because to save the time, yeah, Kak Angga. Okay, let's talk about. Okay, let's say that if your child in the future get a patriarchy and fatherless concept or cultures, yeah, it will be effective to the growth of your child in the future. Yeah, they grow without a father. It means that it can affect to their psychological effect, and it's hard for them to cope with this. Yeah? So I would like to ask you, but there are 2 questions here to save the time. Would you mind answering only question number 1? Yeah, what are the potential emotional and psychological impact on children growing up without a father figure? Yeah. Okay. Miss Wanda.
All right. I've read about this lately. I think, in my opinion, a lot of children that living with fatherless and patriarchy factors would have insecurity, like high insecurity toward themselves. Like they have like strong fear to do something, and they cannot like briefly say what they want. And a lot of my friends that that living without a father has the same thing that I've said before. And also a lot of maybe a girls that living without a father would have like daddy issues. I would say they love someone that older than them, uh, and depend to someone that older than them. Yeah, that's maybe for me.
Thank you very much, Kak Wanda. Ya. This one. Okay. Let's move to Miss Livia. Ya. Miss Livia. Thank you for sharing, Kak Wanda. Ya.
Yeah, thank you, Miss Annie. I will say that usually children without father, usually they have difficulty about understanding the dynamic or the complexity in relationship between father and daughter or their children, and they have, I think, more obstacles in order to understand others' gender or others' sex behavior or attitude or even perspective towards anything. And they will have a lot of fear and uncertainty and also insecurity, like what the previous participant said, that they might could fall easily and no one will catch them up, because father usually will protect and will be the the first barrier of the family, but they don't have any father that can protect them from any kind of threat or challenges that might burdening them in their life. So they have a lot of, like, another issue, like also commitment issue, because they see that their parents' marriage are failed, or even they don't know who is their father, and they will like have identity crisis about the value of their existence, whether they are really wanted by their parents or not, whether they can be a good person or not, because they lack of something that is very much important and essential. And also, I think a lot of economic problems could be the factor of being fatherless, because usually the father is the main provider for the family, but they don't have it, so they only rely on single mother who has to work and also take care of them, and it's not easy. It's gonna be difficult, and maybe their mother also reflecting or projecting her insecurity or her stress to the children itself, and it's gonna ruin their self-esteem and self-confidence about the family role within their life and their parents' love towards themselves. They will feel like sometimes neglected or abandoned or rejected or even unloved by their parents. Some of the mother also having like depression or baby blues after, so they will blame the children as the factor or the causes of the marriage failure, but actually it's not. It's based on the parents itself. And also they will easily to tend to get bullied by other friends in the school when there is a ceremonial or there is an event that
Yeah, Miss Livia. Hello. Hello. Everyone can hear Miss
in that
Livia.
situation.
Okay.
So I guess about the what gonna happen later on, they will find it's hard to trust other people because they cannot trust even their father, because they don't know what's their father doing and why the father left them, what is the reason behind it. They hardly to build any relationship and any commitment, and jump into the marriage. It's gonna be scary for them, and I guess it's a lot of issue that have to work to be worked with them, and deeply they have to understand their inner child wound that might be stem from the fatherless situation. I guess the struggle might be like 10 times harder than the normal family children. That's all. Thank you, Miss.
Okay, thank you very much, Miss Livia. Yeah, what a great opinion from you. Mr. Raihan, I'm so sorry I have to skip you because we still have many slides to share instead of the time to save the time. Is it okay, Mr. Raihan?
Yep, no problem. I mean this slide is very relatable for me. I mean in family, I have experience with this, but it's
But
okay.
you can talk in a quick, yeah. It's okay
Yeah.
if you want to talk.
Oh, I'm sorry. May I?
Okay. Yeah, it's okay.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
So just for a quick, yeah, I have a family that which is there's a relative that has some kind of very serious issue with this growing up without a father. Like I didn't want to say that because his or her father is died, no, but just of being fatherless, right? I think it's super affecting their uh, emotional development, especially like the second question about their social development. They're being at the end, he and she is being antisocial. They have know how to have a good interaction with people, and then with the how to have a good communication skill, public speaking. At first I thought that it's just only because being introvert, but at the end I think it's because of having a good figure of the father, and then without having a good figure from the father is very important. After I learned about so much about psychological effect, because I work in some kind of psychological development and mental health education, it's very serious to bring this me as a man. I think this kind of things that you as a father as being responsible man to be someone that always be with you when you have a kids, even though a daughter, even your son. I mean, if you have a boys, I think it will give a good if it greatly impact as well to them. Not only just because you have a daddy issue. I would say that from Mr. Kumar said that daddy issues or anything like that. I think it's not just for a girl's perspective. I think a boys own it as well. How to be a good man, how to be responsible, not abusing, or maybe some kind of patriarchy from the previous slide we have discussed before. I think it's because from they are growing up without a father, a good father. I mean, they thought that being a father, being a man, it means that doing abusing. It's reflected because they have no figure from the father how to be a good man, how to be a good person. That's very, it's very crucial part. So I think that's my point. Thank you.
Okay, nice opinion from Mr. Rehan. Thank you. Okay, I should make it quick because we have a limited time. Yeah. So I would like to share about this. There are some statement that marriage is scary. Yeah. So based on the report from OK Zone, yeah, there are 10 provinces. Yeah, we could say that the rate of divorce, yeah, the high rate of the divorce in Indonesia, from the first rank is Jawa Barat, yeah, West Java, East Java, and North Java, Sumatera Utara, DKI Jakarta, Sulawesi Selatan, Bangka Belitung, Riau, and I'm living in Palembang, yeah, it's the main rank, and Sumatera Barat is the 10th rank. Why? It is maybe because of there are some factors, yeah, got the reason why they decide to get divorced, yeah, maybe because of the quarrel all the times, yeah, in their life between husband and wife, and they cannot stop mocking or fighting, and not in a good relationship between spouse. And the second reason because of economic or financial factors and other reasons too. And for the note, yeah, because of talak divorce and judicial divorce. It is set to report this information. I guess that for the girls, yeah, if you are single, maybe it's become of it can be a trauma, yeah, or for them, yeah, to see this information. But when you have to decide to get married, you have to think any kinds of factors before you decide, yeah, instead that you don't get a divorce in the future. Yeah. So, but I have to skip this information because we only have little bit time. Yeah. So there are solution. Yeah. But I would like to share one of the solution. Yeah. They said that it is effective. Before you get married, you have to join the pre-marriage course. Yeah, because it can avoid divorce. Yeah. You have to join this course. Why? Because it can build a good communication and reduce conflict between husband and wife in the future, and to make it strong commitment. Yeah? And it can be a good connection, yeah, for husband and wife in the future. And in fact, you can have an adventures for your marriage life in the future. I do agree with this. Why? Because this is a good step if you wanna go or tie the knot with your husband or your wife in the future. You have to know your vision and mission before you decide to get married in the future. Yeah. Okay. Any comment about this? Hello? Any comment about pre-marriage course, yeah, before you decide to get married to reduce divorce? Yeah. Okay, Miss Livia. Miss Livia.
I guess about this kind of pre-marriage courses, I think it's just theoretical, so we will never know whether they really understand and can apply it to the reality when they experience of having children, or even between both of them, the communication will works well or not. We never know it. But I guess one of the very early test that they should pass before they can get married and even having children is by psychological tests. So I guess they have to be mentally stable. They have to be have a good mental health in order to be a parent. Because if it's not being verified by the psychological test first, I guess a lot of problems will come after, and they will not anticipate it, or they will not be prepared enough about having the challenges by raising a kid is not easy, having like stable stable economic condition is not that easy. So I guess one of the first verification test is through the psychological test. So if they already having a good mental health and they have emotional stability and high emotional intelligence, and maybe followed by the you know a good economic sources, I guess they can surpass the test and they can going through the marriage and having a kids, rather than educate them theoretically. I'm not really sure they will practice it effectively
Okay.
in the real world. Yeah, that's all. Thank you, Miss.
Okay, I have a question to Miss Livia. Yeah, do you agree if a couple, yeah, or suppose or a wife and husband in the future they like to take like a medical checkup, yeah, to know whether the husband and wife got fertile life or not, yeah, or sterilized or not, or can get a baby or not in the future, or there is a concept like prenuptial agreement like perjanjian pranikah, yeah. What do you think about that?
If it's medical checkup for
Yeah.
their health condition, I do agree, because maybe both of them or one of them wanting to have their kids, and we have to check their fertility first, and maybe if there is an HIV or sexual transmitted disease that potentially can harm their partner, I guess it's very important. And what's the next question after that?
Prenuptial agreement, perjanjian
Oh,
pranikah.
okay.
Yes. What
Bisa
do you think about
saharta
that?
ya, could be.
Yeah.
I do agree as well, because if it's both of them are agree, as long as they both of them are agree, I do agree. because it is more transparent, you know. I think you have to separate it, your wealth before you married and after you married. That's gonna be even, you know, bring more safety to the family in terms of inheritance problem. And maybe if they're gonna be divorced one day, I don't know, we have, you know, have to prepare for the worst, right? So they will not becoming confused with how to, you know, divide the wealth, you know, fairly for the both parties. And because a lot of problems come from their family members that always interfering about the wealth. So it's wise, for me it's wiser to separate it, the wealth that you have before you married and after you married, so then the family member will not get, you know, worry about their you know, their inheritance gonna be still by their partner, their children partner, or their children's spouse, and etc. And vice versa, their spouse will also not be worried about their family member gonna be still their, you know, money or their asset after the marriage. So I guess that's a good thing to do.
Okay, nice.
Thank you.
Well, preparation, yeah, for you, Miss Livia. Yeah.
Yes, thank
Sorry,
you,
are
Miss.
you married? Are you married?
Not yet,
Already got married?
but
Not
I'm
yet.
studying about psychology
Wow,
and the
that's
things.
great.
So I
So
learn a
you,
lot about the dynamic of the married couple. Yes.
okay, okay. Thank you, Miss Livia. I see Mr. Demus. Yeah, Mr. Demus, you raise your hand. Before the
Did
last,
I?
it's okay. Miss Kaanga, it's okay if
I think we don't
Mr.
have much
Demus.
time in here. Do
Yeah, that's
we?
okay. That's
It's
okay.
okay. It's
You
okay.
can
Keep going.
give,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
I
in a
do
quick,
agree. Yeah, I
in a
echo with
hurry.
Miss Livia that pre-med courses probably can really can be a toolkit, but somehow it couldn't really solve the huge or the forcible hidden issue that probably can rise up during the marriage life, because it's something that is not prolonged, and especially if we are seeing from demographic of Indonesia that usually if it's from the urban areas or the people who are coming from the lower income family, I think it's gotta be suitable if it's, you know, paid or it requires some money to basically sign up for this specific course. Even the if it's something that provided by the or those marriage institution, that probably is going to be good, but somehow I think if it's something that could be a discourse or information intact for the marriage couples, I think it's supposed to be something that is regularly conducted, not only from the pre-marriage but also the marriage, during the marriage, and as well as pre-children birth or something. And then it can, you know, we need to give them more insights about the marriage life, but it's something that must be thoroughly analyzed and also synthesized from the marriage lives case in Indonesia, because this is, I believe that the number of marriage numbers are decreasing, to the fact that the, you know, adultery and so on and so forth, uh raising the dynamic issues of the marriage as well, uh topping as well within fatherlessness and the patriarchy, is going to be very difficult, you know, to solve these issues. So I do agree it could be a toolkit, but somehow we need more courses coming up during the marriage life that is supposed to be something that is regularly and free. I think so. Yeah, that's my opinion. Back to you, Miss Annie.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Demus. Yeah, okay, that's the end of, not yet. Okay, but I'll make it quick. Yeah, as a parent, you have some roles. Yeah, to be a parent for your child development. The first one is cognitive development, physical development, mental development, socio-cultural development. Yeah. And next, okay, I'll come to the conclusion. Yeah, before we call it a day. Yeah, through our topic today, it's really great to have you here. But in conclusion, I could say that being fatherless in Indonesia presents a complex blend of challenges and opportunity. While the absence of a father figure can lead to emotional and economic difficulties for children, and the strong support networks of extended families and communities often provide essential stability and care. As a single mother, maybe it's hard for them, but as a single mother with their remarkable resilience and dedication, they play pivotal roles in nurturing and supporting their children. fostering independence and adaptability. So these resources and network can help mitigate the adverse effects of father absence, enabling children to thrive and achieve their potential. So overall, while the experience of growing without a father can be challenging, the positive aspect of familial and community support coupled with resilience and strength of single parents family contribute to a hopeful and empowering narrative for fatherless children in Indonesia. Well, that's it. Thank you very much for Kak Angga and OTA community for giving me a great opportunity to be a contributor to this topic. Okay, back to Kak Angga as the moderator. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Kaheni, for sharing our discussion tonight with the interesting topic and quite contested as well to discuss. Thank you very much once again. Before we end, as always, let's do a quick. Let's use this short time to take pictures, as always. And please, everyone, I highly encourage you to share your beautiful and handsome faces. But before that, let me share some screen. A screen actually. Where is it? Where is it? Wait. I have an interesting screen to share. All right, this actually a bit of appreciation from us auto community for every moderator that leads our discussion tonight. And then how can I show everybody's faces? Okay. All right, there you go. What about you, Kak Henis, Kak Enis, Raihan, Brother Raihan, and Kak Hanum? Can you share your? Thank you, Kak Hanum and Kak Enis and Nahira. What about you?
Sorry, Mister, my lamp is off already.
Okay, it's off. It's okay. All right, let me take some pictures. Okay, guys, be ready. Put your most beautiful and handsome faces. All right, I'll count until 3. 1, 2, 3. Once more. 1, 2, 3. All right, thank you everyone for coming and sharing your thoughts on this issue again. And once again, I appreciate Kak Heni to chair our discussion tonight. And I'll see you guys again next week in our next interesting topic. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Auto
Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi
community.
wabarakatuh.
Auto community.
Thank you.
Okay, before I close the discussion, let's say our jargon. When I say auto community, we
Yeah.
all say yesterday, we said tomorrow.
Yesterday, we said
Auto
tomorrow.
community. Yes.
Yesterday we
Yesterday,
said
we said
tomorrow.
Bye
Bye.
everyone. See you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Thank
Miss
you so much, Miss
Annie.
Annie.
Bye.